Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Rebecca Kay, and I'm so glad that you could join me this morning for my daily spiritual practice. Well, let me be the first to wish you Happy New Year. It's New Year's this weekend. I can't believe it. But I know many people are ready to say goodbye to 2023 and hello to 2024 because we know it's filled with new opportunities, joy and laughter, and many blessings. And that's what I wish for you in this new year. So this morning, I think the perfect word for the week for us is the word no. And the meaning of the word no is absolutely not. We're going to start with a quote from Ernest Holmes. And Ernest said, "What you don't do determines what you can do." Saying no is a beautiful form of self-care. Too often, we will say yes to opportunities or to people that really just aren't good for us, out of the fear that something better won't come along. We will say yes to opportunities when we already have too much on our plates. And so Ernest has this quote that I think really helps us. Ernest said, "Does this thing I wish to do express more life, more happiness, more peace to myself, and at the same time harm no one? If it does, then it is right." So let's use that quote as we go forward into 2024. Let's practice some self-care by simply saying no. Our reading this morning is by Bob Joff from Live in Grace and Walk in Love. And I think that's a great way to start off a new year, living in grace and walking in love. And the title of this reading is "The Future Version of You is Better at Saying No and Being Empathetic with Saying Yes." The end of the year is a great time for reflecting on all that's happened during the last 12 months. If your life is like mine, it's a mix of unexpected surprises, milestones crossed, a few disappointments, a few swings at some curveballs, and in addition to what did or didn't happen, think about what you did or didn't become. Whether that's the version of you that you're aiming for or not. I like to think of myself, my past self, as last year's model. My next self is the new and refurbished version of me. I might look the same, but I've changed a ton since Bob version 1 through 4. Along the way, I made sure I was always preparing the way for the next version. I'm still doing this. And you know what the next version of me always includes? Love. If you're paving the way for the next version of yourself, you'll never go wrong adding more love to your life. To do that, sometimes you need to make more space. Maybe you need to quit something. Sometimes being a quitter is exactly what you need. And the healthiest thing we can say are these two words: I quit. The next version of you is going to be amazing. The best one yet. To get there, you'll have to dole out a lot of no's. But there's only one yes you need to be sure of. Say yes to the kind of unconditional love that Spirit has for you. Our affirmation for today is, today I express more unconditional self-love. So, as we go into our meditation this morning, I ask you, what's the next version of you going to be like? Let's just close our eyes. Take a deep breath in. Settle into that chair. And begin with some self-love as we take this time to align to the truth of who we really are. Drop down into your heart. Allow that spark of the divine, burning brightly, to surround you, to fill you, to uplift you, to heal you, and to bless you. Just allow that spark of the divine to flow through you, as you, in you. It feels so good to offer yourself this opportunity for self-love. To know that right here, right now, we have stepped into high consciousness. That place where we prepare our minds for the best that life has to offer. That place where we sit aligned to the truth of who we truly are. And as we sit in the silence, we listen to the still small voice within as it guides us as to what the next version of us is going to be. I invite you to affirm with me, today I express more unconditional self-love. Today I express more unconditional self-love as the next version of me is revealed. Today I express more unconditional self-love as the next version of me is revealed. Today, I express more unconditional self-love as the next version of me is revealed. And so as we sit in the silence, I ask you, what is the next version of you going to be like? Today, I express more unconditional self-love. Today, I express more unconditional self-love as the new version of me is revealed. And I remind you that Ernest Holmes said, "Does this thing I wish to do express more life, more happiness, more peace to myself, and at the same time harm no one? If it does, then it is right." I call you back into this time and space, into this room. I wish you all the happiest of New Year's. I know that 2024 will reveal a new and improved, wonderful version of you. I thank you for starting your day with a daily spiritual practice. I thank you for joining me this morning, and I'll see you all next year. How's that? Much love, many blessings. Have a great New Year's. I'm Reverend Rebecca Kay here at the Yuma Center for Spiritual Loving. Spiritual loving, spiritual living. How about that? How about both? Have a great holiday. I'll see you in 2024. Thanks for joining me.